Hey everybody, welcome back to LegalSpeak. I'm the Law Morris, and this is the short video essay series where I get to talk about the games I've been playing and my thoughts on the video game industry as a whole. This week, we're going to be talking about Hitman 2. Before we get to that, though, you get your weekly reminder to check out our podcasts, HardReset and No Refunds on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and now, right here on YouTube. We actually didn't record any new episodes of either this week, due to the holiday, but make sure to keep an eye out for new episodes next week. We'll be discussing micro consoles on HardReset and Spider-Man 3 on No Refunds. Head over to coldnorthpro.com to find everything we do all in one spot. For the most part, stealth games are a dying breed. Over the last several decades, 3 stealth game franchises have reigned supreme. The Metal Gear Solid franchise has focused on story, Splinter Cell focused on stealth action gameplay, and Hitman put players in the roles of the villain or anti-hero depending on who you ask. Metal Gear Solid has come to an end with Phantom Pain in 2015. Splinter Cell has been on hiatus since 2013 with nothing more than a short cameo in Ghost Recon Wildlands earlier this year. But Hitman got a full-on reboot in 2016 and to this day is the only major AAA stealth game widely available. As a genre, stealth games have all but disappeared in the span of one generation. Of the 3 major stealth franchises, Hitman has always been the smallest, but also arguably the most focused and refined experience. Hitman 2016 capitalized on everything that made all the previous games in the series great and turned the whole experience up to 11, finally dethroning 2006's Hitman Blood Money as the definitive Hitman experience. Hitman 2 is a slightly improved version of Hitman 2016 and doesn't make any of the same monumental leaps and bounds its predecessor did, but that's okay. There's no reason to fix something that isn't broken. Hitman 2's lack of innovation is almost never a hindrance, and with the Hitman Legacy Pack bringing the entirety of Hitman 2016 into the game with updated mechanics, it is undoubtedly the best Hitman outing to date. When making the Hitman games, IO Interactive have always been forthcoming about the importance of in-plain-sight stealth action. While Metal Gear and Splinter Cell almost always focused on hiding in the shadows and sneaking past unseen, Hitman put the emphasis on hiding in plain sight and sneaking past unnoticed. From the start of the franchise, it has always been obvious that IO's goal with the Hitman games has been to drop the player into an area, present them with a target, and let the player choose how they achieve their objective. With the exception of Absolution, each game in the series has moved closer and closer to this goal until finally, with Hitman 2016, that's exactly what IO was able to achieve. Now, in Hitman 2, there are even more things and people to interact with, providing almost infinite ways to assassinate Agent 47's current target. Hitman 2 leans hard into what made Hitman 2016 so damn good. The game forces players to slow down, observe their surroundings, and keep track of what is happening and who it's happening to. It was only after several botched attempts at each level that I was able to lay out a plan and execute it flawlessly. The precision this game requires from its players, even on medium difficulty, is second to none, and allows for extreme replayability. Maybe you did almost perfectly, but if you had just timed your walking up a stairwell better, you wouldn't have been seen by the security camera, and you could have gotten a better score. If you suffer from obsessive-compulsive disorder, I would caution you against Hitman 2, as it will likely be the last game you will ever play. Now that's not to say everything in Hitman 2 is perfect. Far from it, in fact. I was of the opinion that making Agent 47 a quote-unquote good guy in Hitman 2016 was fundamentally against everything the character had previously been established to be. Agent 47 is not a good guy. He's also not a bad guy. He's just there for his payday, and both games in the rebooted series fly in the face of what made the character iconic. While story has always been fairly ridiculous and far from the best part of any Hitman game, the story in Hitman 2 is a series low. Delving into 47's history and his origins while taking down a shadow operation isn't compelling in a Hitman game, it's just boring. Visually, Hitman 2 does little to improve upon its predecessor, and as a result, while Hitman 2016 looked fantastic at the time of release, Hitman 2 looks a bit dated. Hitman 2016 did an excellent job righting the ship after the series stumbled with Absolution, and Hitman 2 is a superb continuation of what the reboot established. Despite the change in publishers moving from Square Enix to WB, IO Interactive was able to hang on to their IP, and it's fairly obvious that even under the thumb of a new publisher, they were able to continue to make the game they were interested in making. WB Games has gone from being hit and miss throughout the 2000s to being a publisher that continues to put out well-made, finely tuned games. I look forward to seeing what IO is able to create with Hitman 3 now that WB is signing the checks. Which Hitman game is your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out our podcasts for more freeform discussion on video games and some seriously bad movies. You can see everything we do all in one place at coldnorthpro.com. I'll be back next week talking about Star Wars Battlefront 2. I hope you all had a great holiday, and I'll see you all next week.